Hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone. This is Jeremy Who Weeps. I'm going to be talking about love. Okay, the core of logic, I really believe, is love. Anyways, I think that, um, yeah, the core of logic is love. And I was thinking of this earlier. My mind has not been working very well because of the MS, multiple sclerosis, and that's my excuse. Yeah, my brain's been kind of fuzzy for quite a while now, and I don't think it's going to get better, um, which is very annoying. But it is more logical to love than to do otherwise. Love is caring for others, caring and concern and doing things for others. It's others focused. So, part of survival and life in this world is other people doing things for you and you doing things for others. Say toilet paper, food, like all of the things that you use and need. So much of it is because other people have done it and made it. Um, Say a baby, for a baby to thrive and survive, needs caring and affection. If it doesn't happen, I'm pretty sure that, yeah, if infants don't get that, they can die from lack of like caring, affection, nurturing, touch, things like that. Caring touch, not just like abuse touch, caring touch. So, and say wars, for instance. War is really illogical. I mean, sometimes it needs to happen because of the reality we live in, because we don't live in a logical reality. And sometimes, you have to have confrontation with other people and come out on top with the other person coming out below because of the confrontation. Um, and that actually happens a lot in this reality. But it's more sensible and logical for two people to work together for each other's benefit, for to gain mutual understanding, respect, and to be doing things for each other's benefit than to be opposing each other. Because if they oppose each other, there's a chance that they might lose. If you oppose someone else, there's a chance that you will lose to whatever degree. Even if you come out on top, there's still a chance you'll lose something. So it's much more logical to be working together for each other's benefit. And then say if you want to try to use the other person and be manipulative, well, that can work against you too, because if it's found out that you're manipulative, then that goes against trust for other people trusting you. So yeah, there's just multiple ways that the core of logic is love. That's the most logical way to be, and we don't live in a logical reality right now. We really don't. There's so much in this reality that violates love. That's one of the reasons that I wanted to take my life earlier in life. Sometimes still do, but yeah, because there's so much that violates love, and it's sometimes, at least for me, it can just be unbearable. I just can't take it. Um, but I know that, like the way I've thought of it before, I'm going to try and keep this short, even though it's only 3.5 minutes long. I know I'm not really going into this in detail, but that's because my brain's fuzzy. Um, the core that I see, there's like this, the core, this is how our reality is basically set up. There's like an outer layer where things seem okay. You go through the motions, you see the world is functioning, people are functioning, that kind of thing. Then you go to the deeper level and you see the reality of how there's cruelty, in the reality, in your reality, um, and not all of this, but at least some of this is in your reality. There's cruelty, there's betrayal, there's deception, lies, confusion, pain, torture, murder, theft. Yeah, I already said betrayal. Um, what else? Slander. I mean, if I could think of them, if I could think of all the things, I could go on and on, because these things are not uncommon. They're just part of our reality. That people opposing each other, having difficulties between people. That's just commonplace. That's just part of life. So when things go right, at least in my experience, it's almost like a surprise, a pleasant surprise. Um, so what was my point with all this? I can't even remember. I told you my brain was fuzzy. My mind is fuzzy. Brain, mind, two different things. One's material, one's not. Um, Core of logic is love. Oh, the three layers of reality. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so the top layer is everything seems all right. The underlayer is where you see how dysfunctional and nasty everything really is, and how yeah, how it's just almost unbearable. I mean, we're dying. Every one of us is in the process of dying. It's going to culminate in our death, where we will stop breathing, stop having consciousness, stop having life. As we age, our bodies decay more and more and grow more and more decrepit. For many people, their mind starts going like. Um, so that's just we live in this awful reality where on the surface it might seem okay to at least some people sometimes, but really if you dig down at least at all and you look at how it is, really it's not. But then underneath that layer there's the creator and the reality of who he is and the reality of what he does with our reality, and his layer is like pure white good love, everything good. So his layer is like this pure white. So there's the surface level, which seems kind of okay. Then there's the underlayer, which is really horrible. And then there's the core layer, the most real layer, where everything is good and love. And eventually, that good and love is going to overtake everything and rule over everything. Yeshua talks about in some of his parables. He says the kingdom of heaven, which is basically a synonym for the ruling of Yahweh, the supremacy and ruling and doing things Yahweh's way, his ruling, his way of doing things. He said it starts out as a mustard seed, but then becomes the greatest plant, the greatest tree. And he said, the king. Oh, what are some of his other kingdom of heaven parables? I can't even remember. Yeah, but if you look at any of his kingdom of heaven parables, he's describing how it's going to be. How the ruling of Yahweh, Yahweh's way of doing things, love and kindness and goodness, is going to overtake everything and rule over all. And all of the difficulty that we're going through, this temporary difficulty that we're going through, is going to be gotten rid of. Yeshua came. Okay, really quick, go through gospel really quick. When Adam and Hawa, our parents, commonly known as Adam and Eve, the parents of all humanity, when they were created, they were put in a position to be tested, and their testing included the possibility of violation of love, violation of Yahweh, the Creator's instructions, and which they violated because Yahweh set it up that way. And then right after they violated it, Yahweh said, redemption. He was talking to Hawa because she probably felt the most guilty. She was the first one that violated love, and he said, "From you, one of your children, one of your offspring is going to come, and he's going to be the redemption for all humanity." That this Nahash, what people call the Satan or the devil or whatever, the Nahash, it's really like serpent or enchanter. The Nahash is going to be crushed. The Nahash has become your adversary. The Nahash is going to be crushed, and your offspring is going to come out on top, and he's going to be the redemption for all humanity. So the violation of love that you did, and the devastating effects from that, are not permanent. It's only going to be a temporary thing. So one of your offspring is going to come. Now it took 2,000 years for it to happen, but Yeshua came, who was the fulfillment of that promise, that redemption for humanity would come, and he accomplished his mission. He was perfectly according to love, his whole life, perfectly according to love, and then he took the penalty for all of the love violators, all the rest of humanity, so that all of humanity could have redemption. And then since he was perfectly according to love, and he had to be alive. So even though he died, he had to come to life again because of the Creator's plan. And then because he comes to life again, the first human being, the firstborn from the dead to come to life again, then the rest of humanity will be born from the dead also. So even though we go through this age of difficulty and dying, um, hardship and dysfunction and things not working right and pain and suffering and all that, it's only temporary. It's not going to last. You're going to die, but this is just the intro. This life almost is like the intro. You're going to come to life again, And when you come to life again, some people are going to have to go through more purification, and that can involve some pain and difficulty. But everyone is eventually going to come to life again, and after their purification, they're going to be purified. They're going to be completely and totally according to love and goodness and truth, and only life, no dying. We've never known real life because we're all in the process of dying. Every day, we're dying a little bit more. You're dying from the moment you're born. But in the next life, there's not going to be any of that. No more dying. Goodness and love and truth are going to reign supreme. That's going to happen. It might take a little while after the next life, from my understanding. There's going to be the lake of fire and sulfur, which is the lake of purification. So there's going to be purification going on for people. But eventually, everyone is going to get redeemed. Love, goodness, and truth are going to reign supreme. Um, so now we just have to endure. But the core of logic really is love. So, shalom, bon voyage, arrivederci, um, ni hao. That's hello in Chinese, I think. Anyways, yeah, thank you for watching. Have a very good day, evening, morning, whenever you watch this. Very good life. And goodbye for now. Shalom.